Welcome to the Northern Knits podcast. We're two friends in fiber who knit, craft, crochet, and talk everything in between. My name is Jocelyn, and my co-host is
Diana.
poor Diana. It's episode 395.
I'm tired.
It's gonna be a day, guys.
Oh, I'm awake. I'm here. I'm present. I swear.
Uh-huh.
All brain cells present and accounted for.
All brain cells president accounted for.
All
I
point five of them.
feel like all point five of them. Wow.
Yeah.
It's gonna be one of those days. This should
Oh
make the
yeah.
Patreon ad much interesting later. Much interesting later.
Yeah, it'll be great.
I don't have to do it, so it's not a problem for me.
It'll be great, you guys. It'll be great.
Okay, let's go over some admin stuff. This is the last episode before November. So, as always, Patreon members, please be aware there is a post informing you of the changes to the Patreon tiers. Please go check that out. I beg of you. As always, huge hearts and thanks to everyone who responded to the polls, got a hold of me at the e-knits, and sort of gave me their opinions over the last couple of months. I greatly appreciate it because I know it takes time out of your day, and time is a resource that we have to spend very carefully. Everything else that we've got going on is the usual snafu, kerfuffle, rabble rousing, as it were. We've got the fall equinox going on. I have not even wound up my yarn yet, but that's okay. I'm going to do that, and then we'll have a project to talk about. It's like literally, yeah, it's recording today is interesting. We're going to put it that way. Whip sprints happen in the middle of recording today, so we'll see what projects I have at the end of the day because I don't know what I'm doing for whip sprints.
We'll find out.
It's fine. Oh my gosh. All right, what else we got going on? The librarian Cal wraps up at the end of the year. We've got the
Mm-hmm.
first live of the month happening very shortly, so we'll see how well Diana has done on her secret crafting, how well I've done on my secret crafting, and they'll be voting for new secret crafting. Oh, it's the end of the month. So much stuff. Oh, Hannah. Halloween's happening, so hopefully you guys are having some Halloween plans, whether it's staying at home and watching a spooky movie or going out with little ones, whatever it is that you do to celebrate the season. Enjoy. Remember that the 1st of November is the best adult holiday on the planet. It's Halloween candy sale day. So stock up on those mini chocolate bars because they're great for lunches. For you, not the kids. For you. They're great in your lunches. The children already
I need
secured their
to
lunch candy. They went and worked
I need
for
to
it.
stock up on Canadian snacks on candy sale day for
Hmm.
my my work trip
Yeah,
to go see my coworkers.
you need coffee crisps,
Coffee crisps, ketchup
Smarties.
chips, and all Jess chips.
They don't have their Smarties are different than our Smarties.
And their Smarties are different than our Smarties.
Yeah, so like
But they're,
Smarties are
I
also a
mean,
good
Smarties
option.
are like
Do they
M&Ms though,
even
so they're not
have?
like that different.
They're not. Do they have Reese's Pieces? Those are definitely different.
They, I'm so certain they have Reese's Pieces. Anyway,
I
specifically,
don't
all dressed
know.
chips
I
were
don't know.
requested.
All dressed ketchup, I remember. Those are things they don't have. But make sure you don't get the Lay's chips. They're not good.
No, I don't
No,
buy chips very often.
you want Old Dutch. I'm just
The
and the
the
internet's gonna get mad at me. "Oh, we love Lay's, guys. I hate Lay's. I don't like Lay's chips. I don't no. No, we're talking old-fashioned Dutch chips in a box barbecue flavor with the aluminum bags, not the clear bags, but the aluminum bags. The boxed potato chips. Ask my dad. I eat them out of house and home every time I'm there because he has the boxed barbecue old Dutch potato chips. I will sit down and eat a bag at a time. They are the best barbecue chips, and I'm willing to go to the mat on this one. I'm
mm,
willing to go to the mat on this one. Old school ones, not the ones in just the squishy bag, but they have to be in the box.
box probably makes it easier to travel with.
It actually may. It actually may. Okay, that's it is what it is. I don't think we've got a ton on the admin plate. We've got a lot of stuff upcoming for November. The program schedule, of course, will go out on the 1st because that's when the program schedule goes out. That's free to everybody. If you follow us on Patreon, you can pick up the information there. Otherwise, I don't have a ton on the admin plate this week, not that I'm aware of anyway.
No.
We do have some bonus content coming out first few days 7 days, first week, somewhere in that first 7 days of November. We're gonna do a challenge. We're gonna do a weekend duel,
Mm-hmm.
and we've got all the specs covered. I just need to get Diana the last the edited footage. So hopefully you guys see that shortly. So you've got some time to prep if you want to join us. Otherwise, that's it. That's all I've got as far as I know.
I think so.
Cool beans. Huh. In which case, we can get a project or two in before you and I have to stop recording and go do whip sprints and then come back and finish recording. There's no way we can get this all done in like 30 minutes. No, it's not happening. No,
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 no.
no. I know you're kind of partially hungover, but I'm enjoying some tea. It's just some regular orange peacock tea. It's first thing in the morning.
I'm going with water and granola bars.
Oh. I made
That's where I'm at.
saucy black beans and roasted potatoes for breakfast.
Oh, that sounds good.
It was really good. I made it nice and spicy too, so I would eat and then like my face would try to fall off. It's fine.
Go
I
for the
know
greasy, salty thing right now.
nobody else would call it spicy, but I call it spicy. Sherry and me would call it spicy. Should be on
Yeah,
board
but
with
like
this.
Sherry thinks black pepper's spicy, so
I love Sherry
can't be
so much.
trusted.
Totally can be trusted. What are you talking about? Crazy lady. Yeah, no, some greasy food might do you well. At least I like greasy food when I'm kind of hungover, or I did when I did drink. That was my preference.
I might summon something.
I don't think that's a bad idea. Let's talk spider webs. Look at this. Look at this. I've sewn it. I've sewn it together. This is that spiderweb poncho. So if everybody remembers, I made like 50 billion, oh, 50 billion. I made like 12. Guys, I made like 12 little squares of spider webbiness. And then I had to seam them all together to a large spider web, spideriness, and then more on the other side. But I think, well, technically they say the poncho just needs to be seamed and it's done. Like there's poncho everywhere, people. There's poncho
Mm-hmm.
everywhere. And then you do a single crochet along the top and a single crochet along the bottom. Or sorry, a picot border on the bottom, like a picot crochet. Oh, I wear a black shirt. This is going to be great for demonstrating today.
Good job.
Woohoo! I think I want more squares. So if I hold my corners together that I'm supposed to seam, if I seamed up the sides, it'd be quite small for me. So I think I need to do either one more large one, which I don't think I want to do. I think I want to do another grid of 4 little ones. Just
Okay.
so that when I put it on, we're actually sitting out towards the edges of my shoulders.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's either that or because I've got this big gaping hole where my arm's sticking through right here. Because if I seal that up, that's quite small, like that's quite narrow across the bottom edge. It's my boobs. My boobs are too big. They don't currently fit in this poncho size. This has nothing to do with the design. This has everything to do with ginormous boobies. I need to accommodate the girls. So I think I need 4 more squares because they're too big. They're just too big.
Yeah, that's fine. That
They're
is the
just too big.
glory of making your own clothes.
It is. I'm going to adjust it out. I also know there's a wonderful little pattern to crochet your own little spider to go on here.
So you're
I
obviously
forget.
going to make at least one little spider, right?
I do want to make a spider, but the question is, do I make the spider out of yarn and crochet it in like cute little crochet spider, or do I make a jeweled spider brooch on the fail along quarterly craft off challenges for myself for 1 quarter
Ooh.
when you want to do something that I don't want to do for Patreon members, and I can try to make a bejeweled spider brooch for next year. And just worry about getting this finished so I can wear it this year. And worry about getting a little brooch next year crafted.
That sounds, yeah, go for the easier
Because
crochet option and then you can always expand into more spider options.
I don't know. I'm gonna have to decide. I do love the idea of like a little sparkly, bejeweled spider brooch concept.
The sparkly would be very cute.
I think the sparkly would be very cute. So I don't know. For sure, I have to start by making 4 more squares. make four more squares. Then I gotta sew it together, and then I gotta do the top, which is just a single crochet. The picot border at the bottom will take me a little bit more, but yeah, the girls need just a touch more room. Yikes, my boobs are big. However, progress. And let me tell you, seaming this was a nightmare. Making these, not a problem. Super easy, even in the black. Super easy. Seaming this, sweet Mary Mother of Joseph. I have never had so much trouble in my life as I have had seaming chain stitches in black. Ridiculous. Ridiculous. I mean, to be fair, if I crochet a sweater, if I crochet a spider, it's going to be gray because a black spider on black webbing makes no sense.
Yeah, get a little bit lost.
Nobody will see it. Never mind just me not seeing it. So there you go. I've got some progress. The question is, can I
Nice.
crochet four more spider webs and a crochet top border and a picot bottom border and wear this tomorrow while I'm at C4?
That's a
Maybe.
great question.
It is
Depends
a
how whip
very good
sprints go, I
question.
think.
I think it really does depend on how whip sprints go. Okay, I'm going to put this right in the middle of the thingy because then I won't forget that I'm working on it. That is being made out of some Burnett Premium black. And I know it's a shock, black yarn called black. Who knew? Who knew? But that is one of the few things I have worked. God, I need whip sprints, so I work on something else. Put some lip gloss on. Yeah, I have homemade lip gloss, guys. Super
Ooh.
cute. Super tiny. It's pretty. Okay, that's my first thing. That's my first thing. You have many things, so you get to go.
Yeah, I have several things. Let's start with the thumbnail thing, because even if I work on that during whip sprints, it's not going to look a whole lot different.
It's a lot to get progress on that big projects, my dear.
Okay. Oh, wait, I did even put in a progress keeper. Look at me go. I got a whole like 2 rows done on this here Advent calendar blanket from the Fireweed Fiber Co. Advent Calendar 2022? Question mark? The one, the all the blues, all the pretty blues. Is it 22?
You did not get last year's, did you?
I don't remember.
I get it every year, so I'm the wrong human to ask.
The year where it was all the very pretty blues
Oh,
is
jeez.
this one. Yeah, sorry. And it's little granny square pattern stripes back and forth, using up all the little minis, and then it'll get a border in the main color for as long as I can make that yarn go. But I
I
wound up.
think 2022, because you didn't get last year's, because last year had pink in it, and I don't think you got it.
I don't
And
think I
this year
did because
went fiber.
I hadn't touched I hadn't touched this one yet, and I'm like, I don't need another whole batch of minis when I haven't touched the last one.
Fair. Fair, 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 fair. So yeah, I think that's 2022's.
That makes sense. Yeah, I don't
Ran out of
really have
words.
anything more to say about this one. Yeah, it's granny squares. It's stripes. I stalled because I hadn't wound yarn for it, so I finally wound yarn for it. So now I'm good for like
Mm.
5 more mini skeins. So yep. Watch me finish the 5 mini skeins and then stall again for like 6 months.
I need you to wind, just do a magic ball.
I
Just do a
don't
magic ball.
wanna.
Oh
I don't like to
God.
tie things together. I don't wanna.
Because then you can just
No,
make a
it's
ball
fine.
and
I
work. And then it'd be done. You wouldn't have to wind anymore.
It's more the setup process of having to put the skein on the Swift and untie all the little bits of yarn. It's that part specifically. So whether it ends up in a magic ball or not is sort of irrelevant. I don't mind working from a million little mini skeins. It's the fact that I have to wind all of the little mini skeins.
I don't know about you, babe. I don't know about you, babe.
Yeah, I don't know. I
Yep.
don't know about
Okay.
me either most
Okay.
days.
Okay. Just checking. I do hope you continue to make progress because that's looking real good.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a whip sprint contender for today.
I think so too. It'll be very good and relaxing because they're granny squares, so like there's no thinking.
Yeah, and I can actually read chat. Anything where I can still read chat is great.
It is great. Oh God.
Because I cannot spin and read chat. That is not a thing.
No, no, that is negative, Captain.
I
Um,
am not good enough at spinning yet.
I will max be adding 2 things to my project list for whip sprints today. So how many more projects do you have?
3.
Cool, you get to go again.
I get to go again. Oh boy. Well,
At most, I have 2 more things to talk about.
well, I very conveniently just finished well, half a row on my sock, and honestly, I could probably bind it off at this point. I've been working on the cuff while we record, and I might just bind it off. I normally make it as long as the toe, and it's like, I don't know, it's close enough, and I'm tired of ribbing.
Okay,
It's
bind
close
it off.
enough.
Close enough.
Close enough.
Close
I
enough.
have to
Bind it off.
finish
Call it
the
done.
have to finish the half of the row and then I can start binding it off. So there. Vanilla sock.
Yeah. That's the sea panda yarn, hey?
It is the sea panda yarn, which, given what day it is, oh, I believe to today as we record, I believe is shop close day.
Cool. Cool.
So this is now unavailable by the time you see this.
It's a true story. Cool. I still really like how that came out. That's
No,
just gonna be such a
I just
cheerful
can't get over
socks.
the color pooling is
Oh,
so nice.
it
And the
just
lighting is
worked out so
cooperating so it's
good.
not so blown out today.
Oh,
Oh
it's
my
so good.
goodness.
I have a
Oh,
skein of
I
sea panda yarn. I should make something out of that. Mm.
So that's what I'm working on as a record, and I expect that this will be a finish today.
Oh, good. You'll
And then
have a
I can
hoe,
start on the next one.
a half
A
done.
hoe? Yeah, yeah, I'll have a hoe.
Yep. You can get your second sock started. Guys, we might have her knitting Christmas socks before Christmas.
Madness.
Madness. Crazy
Absolute
pants.
madness.
So you want to see the reason why I am absolutely down to like 3 projects max that I work on in a week? Like it's a bit much, guys. I'm still working on the Stephen West MKAL. Of course I am. It's a very big shawl. It's a very, very big shawl. And I love the big shawls. Am I still behind? Absolutely. Is this a spoiler? At this point, if it's a spoiler for you, I cannot help you. I'm still in clue 2. Clue 4 is out. So if the I don't know, guys. You're on your own at this point. I absolutely look forward to November when I don't have to put the spoiler free photo first and I can just post the pictures I want. That'll be nice. It's really the reason why I haven't been posting is because all I'm working on is a Stephen West, and I hate that spoiler, like the Go-Go Dynamo picture, and then you flip
Mm.
to see it. I'm just like, no, just no. I'm not, I don't like that. I don't enjoy it with any mystery knit along. I'm like, quite frankly, if you don't want to be spoiled, don't look. And it's nobody's responsibility but your own to stay off social media. It's just not. It's just not. Ugh, harsh.
You don't have time for social media when you're supposed to be knitting on a shawl anyway.
You shouldn't have time for social media when you're supposed to be knitting like crazy pants on a shawl anyway. And if you're not in your cheerleading, you want to see the photos, you know?
Yeah.
Like, am I wrong? I'm probably, but I mean, people get mad and they're like, spoilers at me when I'm talking about Nightmare Before Christmas movie. Like, that came out in the 90s. Come on now.
Yeah, I don't, if it's a 20-year-old thing,
You're
I don't think you
so on
can
your
say
own. I don't even know how to
spoilers.
describe how much you're on your own at this point. All right. I made some decisions. Here we go. I'm in the middle of a row. Who cares? This is my Go-Go Dynamo shawl. I did not do the mohair dare because I don't like mohair. We had clue 1, which was all of these wonderful stripes and semicircles. Stripes, semicircles.
Ooh.
Ooh, pretty, so lovely. And then
Shaping
we,
is so fun.
oh yeah, and I'm doing like almost 400 stitches a row right now.
God, so glad I'm not doing that.
Such a, I mean, they're beautiful basic stitches. So like, other than the bubble stitch, which I skipped for visual reasons, I cannot see stitches in fingering weight, so I could not pick up a stitch 8 rows down because
Yeah,
I can't see the rows. So that wouldn't have
that makes
worked.
sense.
So I skipped that and just did plain stockinette sections. Other than that, this is just knits and purls and yarn overs. There is nothing in here that a beginner couldn't do. And even that picking up that stitch down, it's not, it's not that hard. Yeah, it's just an elongated stitch. Like it's not hard.
Nothing
So
too
I
crazy.
did clue one, which is the circles and the things, and then we moved into clue two. We ended clue one after you did this first bubble section, which, as you can see, look, it's a nice plain stockinette row. Oh, look at that nice stockinette stripe right there.
Beautiful.
So pretty. Then you had a choice. You could do eyelets or you could do brioche. Anybody who's made any of my shawls will tell you I almost always have an eyelet lace section
Mm-hmm.
where you're doing the yarn overs on the wrong side. It's my eyelet lace that I love to make so much. I had to do it. I had to do it. It's the eyelet lace I love to make. Like in every shawl. So don't get me wrong, love a brioche. I'd love a brioche, but I couldn't. It's the same eyelet lace I put in all of my shawls. I had to do it. I had to do it. Then there was another bubbles. And then I'm just finishing up the second eyelet. And then I got another bubble stripe to do, and then I'm done clue two. But yeah, I'm like almost 400 stitches a row right now.
Goodness,
It's a
that's
lot.
too much.
It's a
It's too
lot.
much.
I mean, I've made a lot of progress. I'm almost done my first two balls of yarn.
Oh, nice.
So I've almost knit 200 grams in less than 4 weeks at fingering weight. So why in the world does it take me months to finish sweaters? I don't know. I should not be taking as long as I take to knit sweaters. However, it does mean like that's all I've been working on is this and my secret stuff, which I
Well,
obviously
it's a
can't talk about.
lot.
It's a lot of knitting. Yeah, I'm finishing up my last stripe cut. I got one more lace stripe row to do, and then I've got a bubble section to do. So I'm making progress. It's not fast. It's not speedy. My yarn management and me are having issues as always. But I'm still really happy with the colors, even though I'm still kind of miffed at myself for that stupid color mess up I did.
Mm.
So I've got the
Eh,
sparkle,
it
discontinued
happens.
sparkle base from Erin of Fireweed Fiber Co. in the colorway 29, and her tweed fingering in Pinot Noir. Those are the two colors I went with. So we're very moody.
Mm-hmm.
We're very deep and
But still
moody.
very
So
high contrast.
it is quite high contrast. So it's good. However, you can. I mean, guys, we're freshly back from whip sprints. I made more squares. That's it.
The sock got finished. Yay.
Things that happened.
Okay.
But I've not added any additional. Okay, I have like one more thing I can talk about because I've wound the yarn now. But that's it. Otherwise, she's you. It's all you now.
Oh, it's the me show.
It's the you show. I'm gonna work on the
I
Stephen
worked on
West shawl.
Shockwaves
I know,
in this
shocking.
delightful bag. I love this bag so much. It's very classy and it's just a very nice buckety bag. Bless you. You okay?
Wow, that hurt. I apparently really needed to sneeze. I apologize. I interrupted your talk about your bag.
Just, it's a bag. It's a bucket bag. It's a lovely, lovely, lovely bucket bag. I enjoy it. And inside said bag is the Shockwaves wrap shawl. I'm going to call it a wrap because it's just rectangular out of a
Okay.
bunch of Aran yarn. So it's the Northern Cardinal is my first color, which is the red with black speckles,
Ooh, I made a
which
sweater out
looks,
of that.
yes, and it looks absolutely gorgeous. So I've
It's a
got the
very pretty red.
pattern established. It's a 2 row repeat, so it's really nice. And this yarn just speckles and varies just so nicely. So we got a little bit of garter stitch. It's a free pattern. So there's a little bit of garter stitch, there's a little bit of decrease to make a point, and then there's somewhere in here there's yarn overs. There we go. There's some yarn overs for um not points. What's the opposite of a point? An up.
An increase?
Yeah, but when it shapes the edge to make it pointy.
Oh,
So
chevron
there's a
point.
point down and a chev I don't know. Yeah, sure, a chevron.
Chevron zigzags.
Anyway, it zigzags. You can't really tell when it's all jammed up on the cord like this, but like you can sort of see it's got a little pointy shape going on.
I mean, it'll be easier to see as you get more of the wrap made because you'll be able to
Yeah.
have far like it'll be able to spread out the farther away it is from the needle. Like how small of a cord do you have that crammed on?
It's probably only about like 80% of the cord I should have.
Ooh,
It's
okay.
actually not too bad. It's perfectly fine for working on. It just makes it really
Mm,
hard to spread out to
spread
show.
out. Okay, well,
But it's
once
perfectly
you've
fine to work on.
transitioned and you've got like four or
Yeah,
five
I
inches on the go, that'll be much easier to see.
I just my longer cords are involved right now with
Mm,
sweaters.
okay,
So when the
okay.
sweaters get done, I can transfer this because this is going to be a long running project because it's meant to be a 4 skein shawl. I might only do it 3 skeins. I feel like that'll still be plenty big enough for me. I think I might be a three
Well,
skein person.
I'd like to have the foreskin shawl I'm working on off of my needles early mid-November. We'll see how I do.
Anyway, so Shockwaves is waving along. I'm quite enjoying that.
Waving along.
Waving.
Waving
My
along.
brain's waving. My brain is wavy.
Your brain's something anyway, that's for sure.
Half a brain cell.
Oh my God, so good. Okay. While we did whip sprints, I wound a ball of yarn for my fall equinox. That's right, folks. In a Halloween project bag, this should not shock anybody. I have a whole bunch of yarn. I now officially have a ball of yarn. I can even show you. Look, proof, proof, proof. It's wound. It's in a ball. We discussed
Ooh.
Nostapinas. I think I need to get one. It's on my wish list. It is actually the Asian Art Yarns Tundra colorway. God, just look at that in the hank. Like, how freaking gorgeous is that?
It's
Ugh,
very pretty.
it's so
That'd be a good
tundra-y.
sweater yarn.
It is a good sweater yarn. I'm making the Witchling by Dragon Horde Designs. And the color work around my waist is going to be in this boucle, in this
Ooh, that's
white
gonna be fun.
bouquet. So that's going to pop really well.
Oh yeah.
Because you got
And with
all
the
the
texture
that
difference too,
mossy stone colors, and you got that little texture difference in there. Like, oh, I'm so excited.
it'll be like little
I'm
snow
so
designs on the
excited.
tundra.
Uh-huh.
I
That
like
was my
it.
thinking. So, all my crinkling aside, I finally wound a ball, which means I can knit swatches now. We're only a
Nice.
month in, and I'm gonna knit a swatch. It's fine. I need my needle gauges. I have two. I don't know where they are. I have to find them because I've got needles literally hanging off frame. Like I got seven of them hanging off frame. I don't know what size they are.
Because
And
they're
it's
all
not
within like
like
3 sizes of each other.
pretty much, yeah. And it's not like I could read if it was printed on the needle anyway,
Hmm.
because I can't see that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I may actually have to call Erin and be like, hey, next time you're over on Friday, can you bring a needle gauge? Because I need to, I don't know where mine are. And if you show up with yours, mine will magically appear. That's how that works. She'll just
Yeah.
laugh at me and bring one over. Like she's seen me hunt for this before. Like this is not the first time I've misplaced both my needle gauges. But I do need to do that so I know what flippin' size needles I have. Because I've got bags for them with labels. They just have to go back in the bag. I'm bad for putting things back in the bag. It's my fault. I know how I got here. I know how I got here, but it's fine. It used to live in my dice jail. Like I used to have my little Christmas ball one and it lived in my dice jail, but it's not in my dice jail anymore. So like at what point did I take it out of my dice jail? Have I ever shown you
At
my
some
dice
point when
jail?
you thought there was a better place to put it.
Oh, or if Phaedra moved it or something happened and it didn't turn out the way I wanted it to and just garbagey McGarbageson. That's what I say. Garbagey McGarbageson. Anyway, I have a little 3D printed gray 3D printed plastic dice jail that I like to store things in by my computer because my dice are bigger than the dice jail. It was a gift from a friend, so I wasn't going to say no because it was very sweet of him to go print the whole table of dice jails. But my dice are
Very
like
cute.
3 times the size of everybody else's dice, so I can read them.
Mm.
So until I chop up the $60 or something for the Braille dice, which are regular sized, my dice don't fit. But it was great because I had it by the computer and I stored like little business cards and thingies in it, and then it got moved, and then my whole system went sideways. I had my Christmas ball did engage in there, so I always knew where it was. Deep sigh. I'll keep
Yep.
cleaning, it will show up. There's some chew marks on it because Phaedra's chewed on it. Like it's a well-loved knitting gauge. Like, well, it's plastic, right? So it was on the floor at one point, so it slid.
Mm.
Cat, floor, sliding, toy.
Obviously.
Obviously. Anyway, my grumbling aside, I will eventually find my needles for gauge swatching, and then that will happen. It might be because I'm done this Stephen Wish shawl and I know this is a 4 millimeter. Who knows? All right. That's it. That's everything else I did for the whip sprints. I wove in ends, guys. Do you want to hear me talk about the end weaving in?
I'll
It's
just
not
very
progress
quickly
on
wrap up
anything.
with my own gauge swatching then.
Okay.
Because I'm doing the single malt sweater for the fall equinox.
Hmm.
So I did a gauge swatch. It is not washed and blocked yet.
Okay.
Um,
That is
I think
tiny.
no, it's sorry, I've got it folded in half.
Oh, okay.
But it's because it's not washed and blocked, it's trying to curl, so I folded it in half so it can see it a little better.
Yeah. God, I
It
love that
is a
color.
full width swatch. Isn't it so good? It's oh gosh. Not cinnamon apricot spice. That's the other brown one with the tweed that I'm doing the librarian out of, the chili chocolate. Chocolate
Okay.
chili.
Chocolate chili.
One of those combinations of words from ancient arts, I think. Wait, is that accurate? I don't know.
Just gotta go look.
Yes, it is ancient arts
Hmm.
chili pepper chocolate.
Chili pepper chocolate. Okay. God, you've got a thing
Chili
about
pepper
red
chocolate.
brown right now.
I really do. I you don't say. It
There's a
yeah, it all kind
color
of
theme going
matches.
on. Yep.
There's a color theme going on. I'm in a red brown color space right now,
Very
and I'm
nice.
happy here. It's a very
That's
cozy
fun.
color. So I have not blocked this, and I'm thinking that the yarn I'm using is very slightly lighter in weight than the pattern calls for, so I might have to do some conjuring math because like this is not blocked, and if I hold this in front of my white sweater, you can kind of see through it, and it's not even at gauge. I think I still have too many stitches per inch or something. Like it's supposed to be like even farther apart, and I don't like that fabric for a cozy sweater. So I think I'm going to swatch for a gauge that I like and then do the math to figure out what size I need to make
Yeah, why not?
so the sizes work out. Because I bought enough yarn to make a crochet sweater, so I will not run out of yarn. I have enough
Which
yarn.
which is why we did that, so that we could choose knitting or
Yes.
crochet depending on what we wanted. And I think that for us, that makes a great deal of sense because we do both, right? Like sometimes we knit them, sometimes I look at yarn and I'm like, why didn't I buy a crochet amount? Because what I want to use you for is a crochet amount. I just have to start going if this sweater isn't my brain isn't going, you want this immediately, just buy a crochet amount. You will thank yourself in the future.
Stitch definition on this. Look at that.
Oh, it's so pretty.
That's stitch definition.
But yeah, if
This
you
is
don't
going to be a
like that
gorgeous
fabric,
sweater.
if you don't like that
Yeah, it's just
fabric,
a little too airy, so I think I'm going to go down needle size because I think it recommends like a four, and I think this is a 4.5 or something. What are you? Yeah. Yeah, the
we'll
ball band
hop down to the
recommends a
four.
four, and this is a 4.5, so
Hop down to the four and see if you like that fabric better.
I think that's the plan. I think I should also do a swatch in there's gauge given for stockinette and also the texture pattern.
Okay.
So I think I should also swatch for the
Texture.
texture
Yeah,
because there's not
absolutely.
much stockinette on the sweater. It's pretty much all over this honeycomb texture.
Yeah, definitely do a texture swatch then.
Yeah, so down to needle size, one more swatch in the pattern, and then we'll see where that's at.
Look, I finished another row. Yay!
Yay!
They're very, very long rows, people. It's a podcast a row. We're 45 minutes a row right now.
Oh my God,
And I'm
that's too
almost
long.
done
This
200 grams worth of fingering weight
this is
yarn.
my problem with Stephen West shawls when a single row takes so long. They're
I love
gorgeous
it.
works of art and
I
completely
love
worth the
it.
effort,
I love
but the
it.
rows
I'm
are
so
so
happy.
long.
I'm so happy. I am so happy with how this is turning out. I mean, I'm ready for the next clue, but that's just because I'm like at the tail end of the clue I'm working on. So my brain's like, ugh, but you have another clue. It's that, you shouldn't read one more chapter, but you're gonna read one more chapter.
Mm-hmm.
That's the stage I'm at right now. It's like
Mm-hmm.
I know, I've been really good so far. I have not looked ahead. Have I seen some spoiler photos? Absolutely. I'm on the internet. Of course I've
Oh,
seen some
excuse
spoiler
me.
photos. Bless you.
Mm.
But I have been good and I have not been reading ahead. which is really hard to do. Really, really hard to do. It's also hard to stay out of my book app right now because I've got a dark romance where the female protagonist is blind.
Ooh.
And it's not often you see that disability in romances, so I'm very intrigued. Also, dark romance, so it's like it's a dude who should not exist in real life, but on paper, it's great. Give me more.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think I need to rephrase that. It's a dude who outside the bedroom doesn't need to exist in real life, but inside the bedroom and on paper, yes, please give me more.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Let's do that. Let's narrow that definition down to what I actually mean.
I get what you mean.
Uh, Lord, some days. So, but that's I think that yeah, that's it for me. If that's it for you, then all we
That
have
is it for
left
me.
is a Patreon ad.
Cool.
I'm gonna
If
keep
you would like
knitting.
to
I'm changed colors.
If you would like to financially support these shenanigans, you can do so at patreon.com/northernitspodcast. Any level of support gets you access to our patron-only Discord server where we chat about all manner of things, get talked into knit-alongs, get ribbed about deadlines for things and starting new things and hi, what happened to that thing you said you were going to finish? And you just shush, Asa, is what I say.
I post dancing skeletons. I did literally post a dancing skeleton. He's got some moves, man.
Yeah, it's a good skeleton.
It's a good skeleton. It's good. It's good. We talk about all sorts of things. We talk crochet, we talk knitting, we talk Critical Role, we talk sewing, we talk food. We lament when we have to go over and do things we don't want to do at other people's houses. Life stuff.
Decisions made by past us not to clean things that now we have to deal
Oh,
with.
yeah, past us are usually jerks.
Oh man, past us are the worst.
The worst. However, budgets, my God, they're a real life thing. If you can't financially support liking videos, commenting down below, and interacting with us here on YouTube as well as other social media platforms is a great way to help grow the community. Oh, I still don't have a new outro. It's been almost 8 years. I like the outro we have, but we crochet and do other things, so it doesn't quite fit. I'll keep thinking on it, guys. However, in in the realm of I haven't thrown this at Mr. B's head yet, so I don't have a new outro. Let's do the old outro. So I'm going to say until next week, I'm Jocelyn.
And I'm Diana.
And no matter where your week takes you, don't
Don't
forget to
forget to
knit.
knit.
That's it. We're done.
We did the thing. I have to go get my car now.
Oh God, because you're too drunk to drive your car home.
I definitely was.